Listen, y'all. This is one of these moments right here where you just had to just be there. That early 2000, that 2000 era, early mid. Disney Channel was on fire, y'all. I mean, it was on fire. I mean, from the commercials, from just the movie soundtracks that they had, that was forthcoming onto the Disney Channel, like the soundtrack, like the Holes. If y'all don't know what Holes is, the movie that used to come on Disney Channel, y'all can Google it. That soundtrack, dig it up, like that song, like stuck in my head because they used to play it so many times on the Disney Channel commercials, and that's so Raven. Like that era was just like it was like a soul touching feeling what the Proud Family brought onto that channel as well. Like it brought like a feeling. Like normally, like nowadays, things don't. It's really hard and rare for your for you to have like a favorite TV show that bring like a feeling that hits your soul. You know, like the way you just get happy inside because of just the great, quality that it brings and just the story and how the way they just design, like whether it's cartoons or it could be like a regular TV show. It just be the little things that people really don't that overlook that really is a big piece to that show. Is just like that's very rare nowadays, man. And the Proud Family brought that. It was the special seasoning that we all needed. Whether you're black, white, Chinese, whatever race that you are, the Proud Family spoke to all races. It spoke to kids, adults, teenagers. Like I mean, it was something that was gravitated towards like, the people just by it just being, you know, just a different cartoon than the normal cartoon that you normally used to see. Like you felt connected to Penny's character if you were a kid. Whether you're a boy or girl, you felt connected to her character because Penny was a child. And just the mother and the father and just the humor that it brought to the show. And don't get me started. The soundtrack of the Proud Family, Destiny's Child. Woo! Man, my favorite group. And I ain't being biased, but Destiny's Child, Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, like that soundtrack wasn't just any other soundtrack that you go record for a TV show. That soundtrack actually sounded like Destiny's Child themselves was like more than happy to be a part of because you can just hear it within the vocals of them singing the family, proud family, they'll push your buttons that make you wanna hug them. Family, the proud family, proud family, they'll have you in that make you wanna sing. Family, the proud family. Like that right there, I can't really sing, but that just was the seasoning to just letting you know like this wasn't something that not only like of course they was called on to do it, but when they found out what it was and just what the show represents, Destiny's Child, you could just hear within the song with the soul connection from the soul of the television show, from just the soul of the music that the song that they provided for the soundtrack for the intro for the show, you can just hear it. Like you can feel it within your soul, but you can hear it as it comes out. And that's what I'm saying when it comes down to the 2000s and the 90s compared to today's time that we're in right now. It's just no feeling nothing. There's no seasoning. There's no extra seasoning touch to it. It's just like it's just dull and plain and you move on to the next thing. And that's something that I miss growing up. That's why we go back to watching old television shows. That's why we go back to watching trying to dig up shows like Proud Families, Boondocks, shows that actually gave a connection to the viewer. The viewers all around the world. I mean, like I just stated, like with all ages, like from no matter what age range. It's age range unlimited. So it's like when things are age range unlimited, it makes you feel like anybody can be a part of this. Anybody can be a part of this and watch this and just feel it and you just, what I'm saying, and feel like you connected to something. And people don't understand like it's important to feel like that you connected to something because You could just have a rough or a bad day at work, or just, somebody pissed you off, or anything. But when you watch shows that you have a connection to, it almost feels like as if it's therapy while you watching it. For kids, example, like, the teacher probably made you mad at school. And it's just like you wanted to say something, but you couldn't say nothing because you'll get your ass whooped by your mom and your dad. So you kind of had like, take it on the chin and just be like, okay, had a bad day, but you come home and then you watch the Proud Family. It made everything better. It made things that you were probably worried about, whether it's at school or whatever it may be, practice, football practice, dance practice, or whatever. It seemed like it just made everything that much more of a relief. And that connection, people don't understand, like that connection right there saved a lot of people from that are really like mentally broken real bad from committing suicide. It helps a lot of people from making such, emotional, not even thinking straight decisions based on just a little television show. A little television show that brings humor, brings happiness, brings peace, brings, like I said, the connection, from the viewers that's looking on at these shows. And you can just tell that a show like The Proud Family, it really connects. They really took their time with just making a cartoon that they knew they had to take time for in order to make it out of being the masterpiece that it is. And that's what I'm saying. From Penny to her friends, and just, it just almost felt like it was right in your living room, but the only thing difference is you're just watching on TV, but it felt like their family was your family. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you deep dive into characters, when you deep dive into the, the positivity that a show or a sitcom, however you want to call it, a movie can bring, like it make you feel like you connected and that their family, are yours as well. So The Proud Family, it is on Disney Plus, but I wish they would put it on, BET, a network like that where, it could be on cable television. But I'm happy that they did bring it back, because I felt like that was a very important cartoon, positive, funny, creative. And it was something that I felt like, once again, that this show, they took their time with it to make sure that it was right. So it could be a recipe for greatness and not disaster. And people, like, I'm going to go back to, like, when you talk about soundtracks for shows and movies, like with Destiny's Child, like going back to that again, like that's important. Like, I don't think a lot of people know how important it is to have a good soundtrack for a show. Like that is the main piece. Like if your favorite show is Friends, like that soundtrack or whatever, it's gonna get stuck in your head. You're gonna love it and you're gonna be singing it. Classic shows, my favorite, like Martin, the Wayans brothers. Like the soundtrack intro for these shows was like, that's like the cherry on top, hanging with Mr. Cooper. Like shows with great intro themes are the cherry on top in the recipe, and it was needed, was really, really needed, to set the tone for that sitcom, cartoon or not. It really sets the tone. It's like the kickoff when you playing football and you kicking it off and you receiving. The team kicking it off to you and you receiving. Like the viewers are the one that's receiving. And that theme song to that show is the kickoff. Good old NFL football kickoff type style, and that is what's going to carry that show for how many seasons to come. And everything else just falls in place because it's like a domino effect. Everything just falls in place behind that theme song or that show. The Proud Family set the tone with that. That's how we knew with Destiny's Child singing on a hook that this show was going to be not only a special show, but a classic, a great show, great quality, great story within the kids and the parents and the grandma and so on. And that alone itself is why the Proud Family will forever be a show that will always be playing somewhere. Disney Plus, somewhere. Hope it come to BET, but somewhere. It will be one of the greatest cartoons, not only of the 2000 era, but period. If y'all haven't already liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Sensei Reality Show. I'm out. One love. Peace.